of these value chains. L-Press is here to serve you. Please report header farmer clashes to L-Press for prompt intervention. You can visit your local government for complaint on GBV, sexual exploitation, abuse and harassment at L-Press project location in your area. L-Press beneficiary profiling is always free, but know that there is no input support for beneficiaries. For more inquiries, please contact Nta Akure project at ground floor, Aisa building, beside ADP Nta Akure. Facebook page is Nta Akure project. Email ondo@lpressnigeria.gov.ng. Telephone 003-395-7166. L-Press project, enhancing livestock profitability.
On the news tonight, analysts urge smart governance, technology adoption as world marks International Day of Democracy. Normalcy returns to public hospitals in Akure after a doctor suspend warning strike. Public and private schools reopen for the new academic session. Good evening and welcome to Nta Akure News at 7. I am Abdul Karim Ahmed. Now the news. Schools across Ondo State have reopened for the new academic session, marking the return of pupils, students and teachers to the classroom. Parents say they have made adequate preparations to ensure their children perform well in the new school year. Helen Ndubisi reports.
The 2025-2026 academic section has officially commenced in Ondo State, with schools reopening for learning after the long vacation. Some students expressed excitement at reuniting with friends and share their personal goals for the new academic year.
My holiday has been very exciting and adventurous, and I'm also happy to be back in school.
It is my last year in secondary school. I'll make sure it's an exciting one and unforgettable one in my life.
My dad already bought the textbook for me and I've gone ahead of teachers. I've finished almost everything. I'm very prepared to get first position in my class.
My plan for this new academic session is to actually read well and prepare so much, because next year I'll be having my WAEC and then I'll be having my JAMB and NECO, 3 exams in a row. So I want to make my family proud.
I want to pass my WAEC, my NECO and my JAMB. So my plan is to read well.
Parents meanwhile pledge greater support to ensure their wards succeed academically.
All the requirements have been met so far. Everything the authority of the school require as us parents, we have made sure that everything is in order.
School principals also outlined the level of preparedness in their respective schools, stressing their readiness to provide a conducive environment for teaching and learning.
We have arranged as to how they will display into classes. So immediately after this assembly, they will go to their different classes. And I've also told them what is expected of them this term concerning the rules and regulations.
We made sure we gave a temporary register to the class teachers and coordinators, and we gave them diaries for the curriculum, and we are prepared.
The first term of the 2025-2026 academic section is expected to run till December 2025. In Akure, Helen Ndubisi, NTA News.
Moving on, normal operation is back to all government-owned hospital in Akure, the Ondo State capital, after the suspension of the warning strike by the National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD. Paul Omukagu has the situation report.
Operations during the warning strike was skeletal, with nurses and other medical staff attending to patients. However, following the suspension, the normal traffic of patients and consulting is back in full, though the returning doctors refused speaking on camera due to official commitments. A senior nurse at the University of Medical Sciences Hospital in Akure assured Ondo State residents of resumption of full services in all the government-owned hospitals.
The doctor coming back to work, we hate the work and we fast forward even seeing patients so that they will have their treatments received and go back to their home, ill and healthy, for quick recovery.
The resident doctors suspended the warning strike following a breakthrough in negotiations with the federal government team. In Akure, Paul Omukagu, NTA News.
The managing director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Dr. Nta Akure, has appealed for calm from Nigerians, assuring viewers that normal operations on the Abuja-Kaduna train service will soon resume. He made this reassurance while speaking on Good Morning Nigeria, where he shared the latest efforts by the corporation. Lydia Sampson has more.
Dr. Nta Akure explained that the Nigerian Railway Corporation has already visited victims of the recent rail derailment, providing swift support and medical attention. On the ongoing investigations, he noted that preliminary report is not ruling out human-related issues, underscoring the seriousness with which the matter is being handled.
What is next for us is to restore the services. There is a huge pressure to restore the services, even the next day. Good enough. We have dedicated engineers and technicians within the organization, and they've been able to remove all the derailed and capsized engines, a total of 10 of them, to Iju.
With repairs on the affected track moving quickly, full service is expected to be restored soon. Dr. Nta Akure also outlined plans to open new rail corridors in 2016 to strengthen regional connectivity and economic growth. He emphasized that the railway's priorities remain safety and expansion, promising better infrastructure and improved passenger services across the country's rail network. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Moving on, the Inspector General of Police, Nta Akure, is leading Nigeria's delegation to the Global Public Security Corporation Forum in Liangyugang, Jiangsu Province, China. A statement by the Force Public Relations Officer, Benjamin Undeyi, notes that the forum, which hosts ministers of security, police chiefs, and security experts worldwide, is dedicated to strengthening partnerships and developing strategies to combat transnational crime. As part of the program, IGP Nta Akure will on 18th September 2025 deliver a keynote address on the theme, Combating Transnational Crimes and Countermeasures. The statement adds that its presentation will highlight Nigeria's counter-crime initiatives, ongoing policing reforms, and collaborations with international partners to disrupt cross-border criminal networks and safeguard communities. Ahead of the forum, the IGP will also meet China's Deputy Minister of Public Secretary, Mr. Qi Yangjun, to discuss enhanced security cooperation, intelligence sharing, capacity building, and stronger Nigeria-China law enforcement ties. His participation underscores Nigeria's commitment to global security collaboration and proactive responses to emerging threats. As the world marks International Day of Democracy, the need for governments at all levels to factor in smart governance and smart technology for effective service delivery has been suggested. Kayode Olorunde reports that political analyst in Akure, the Ondo State capital, made the suggestion while giving their perspectives on the day.
Democracy provides framework for governance that prioritize the well-being, dignity, and participation of citizens. To further entrench this without intimidation, in 2007, United Nations General Assembly established International Day of Democracy to promote and uphold democratic principles across the world. Democracy core values promote a system where power is held accountable and citizens' voice matter.
When trees fell upon trees, first the topmost must be removed. What we need to do while the international community is celebrating the advancement of democracy, because if you involve AI, it means democracy is advancing. There's no democracy in the first instance. Don't think that because we have a civilian government in power and then you want to mistake it to mean democracy. There's no democracy now. We can't say because the international community is celebrating AI wherever, and then we should just catapult ourselves to such level. We have not gotten to that level. So let's address the danger, clear danger inherent in the democracy that we are practicing now. Let's allow the opposition to breathe.
There is no way AI can take position of originality. And in our own part of the country, in Africa, in Nigeria, one thing is so certain: those people who design AI, they design it in the Western world, and most of those things that they will be coming up with is of the Western origin. Then here we are. We have a peculiar challenges in Nigeria, and you will agree with me that there's some policies that ordinarily will work in some Western world, but if you introduce that in Nigeria, you have to input some new things. It could only guide those people at the helm of affairs.
A political analyst, Henry Olonimoyo, advocates reduction in number of people in governance and embrace artificial intelligence.
Leaders across the world, not just leaders, citizens must discuss again and reevaluate the gains that they have gotten from democracy. Particularly if you consider what is happening in some parts, sub-Saharan Africa, where it appears that their era of military juntas has begun. Then, of course, the topic for this year, which is using AI in effective governance, again, it speaks more again to us as a people that we do not need to have over-bloated cabinets. And today, there's been so much cry for young people to be included in government. And they are the ones who have these things at their fingertips. They are the ones who can make use of these things to ensure that the gains of democracy it gets delivered to people. So I would implore government at all levels to begin to phase out the old ways of governance, of pushing out service delivery, and be saying yes to the new ways of service delivery.
The International Day of Democracy, with the theme ensuring effective governance of AI at all levels, is celebrated annually on 15th September in Akure. Kayode Olorundare, NTA News.
The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has declined adjudication on a motion filed by Biafra Nation agitator Nnamdi Kanu, seeking an order transferring him from the custody of the Department of the State Service, DSS, to the National Hospital in Abuja for urgent medical attention. During the court proceedings, counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, Uchenna Njoku-san, informed the court of a counter-affidavit served on him by the prosecution opposing the transfer request. As such, he needs time to study documents to enable him respond. He therefore sought for an adjournment, particularly in view of the fact that the vacation of the judge ends on Monday. Prosecution counsel Adegboyega Awomolo-san did not oppose the request for adjournment, saying it would be ready to be in court anytime, any day a new date is fixed. Presiding Judge, Justice Musa Liman, ordered that the case file be returned to the registry for the Chief Judge to reassign the matter to another judge, since his duty as vacation judge ends on Monday. The judge added that he would recommend to the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court for the speedy hearing of the motion, since the applicant's health is involved. You are still watching Nta Akure News at 7. We shall be back in a moment. Please stay with us. You're welcome back. You can also watch us on social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube at Nta Akure. Moving on, let's join Shekina Omole for the latest on business news.
The newly appointed Customs Area Controller of the Ports and Terminal Multipurpose Limited, Comptroller Joe Anani, has called on its stakeholders at the command to embrace compliance as a pathway to foster cargo clearance, efficient trade facilitation, and sustainable port operations. Anani made this appeal during his official takeover ceremony from the immediate past CAC, Assistant Comptroller General Tenny Daniel. In a statement signed by the command's public relations officer, Abdullahi Abubakar, the change of leadership followed the recent promotions and redeployments approved by the Nigeria Customs Service Board at its 63rd regular meeting. during which Daniel and 11 others were elevated to the rank of ACG. Also, the Carbon Accelerator Program for the Environment has announced that the Gashaka Gumti Forest Carbon Project, one of the first nature-based carbon projects in Nigeria, has been selected to receive project feasibility and development support. Funded by FSD Africa, the UK-backed Financial Sector Development Agency, CAPE, is an initiative to mobilize investment into nature-based carbon projects across Africa that will reduce carbon emissions, enhance carbon sequestration, protect biodiversity, and deliver tangible benefits for local communities. Lastly, on business news, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the National Identity Management Commission to implement a nationwide training program for its 3,780 employees, covering all staff levels. In a statement signed by Kayode Adegoke, NIMC's head of corporate communications, the initiative aligns with the President's directive to strengthen capacity across ministries, departments, and agencies for improved service delivery. And that will be all on business news. Shekina Omole, NTA News.